Kia ora, today we're going to look at derived nouns. Now, as the name suggests, it is a noun that's derived. So what do we mean by that? It's a noun that's derived from another word. So in this case, we're going to look at some verbs that we can turn into nouns. And that's what it's derived from. These derived nouns are derived from a verb. So we take the verb, we do something to it, and it becomes this noun. It becomes this derived noun. And the way we do that is by simply adding nga, nga, onto the end of these verbs. Now, I'll just give a bit of a disclaimer. This is by no means a hard and fast rule. It's a very simple, very high level overview of this. There's, like any other language lessons and language rules, there's plenty of exceptions to the rules, and I could go into a lot more detail in this, but for someone that's just starting out, this is a really good, quick little lesson that'll help you not only start to learn these words, but you start to be able to pick them up as you're reading them, as you're seeing them, as you're hearing them. So let's jump across to the screencast and check it out. So, the way I thought I'd do this is by actually showing you two separate screens of multidictionary.co.nz. So on the one side, we can see this side. On this side, we can see the verb. And then on this side, we can see the derived noun. So here's the verb, and then we're going to work out, we add nga to it, and we're going to come up with this derived noun. So let's have a look at some of these. So the first one I've got on my list is Mutu. So, as a verb, mutu means to cease. Now, I'm going to hit play here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but we'll see. Mutu. Now, if we type in mutu nga, what do we get? We get a word that's a noun, and it means end, conclusion, finish. So we've taken this word for finishing, to cease. So in a sentence like, what have they got here? Our distress about the death of Reverend Eduardo Kaufia will never cease. So that's using that word as a verb. We add nga to the end of it, mutunga, and it becomes a noun. So the ending, the conclusion, the finish, that's what the derived noun of mutu is, or to end. That's what it is. So there's one. The next one we're going to look at is haere. Haere is a very common word, and haere means to go, or to depart, or to walk, or to continue. So, we often say haere mai, so come to me. When we talk about haerenga, we're talking about a journey, a trip, parting. So we're taking the action of going and we're turning it into a verb, a noun, a derived noun, and we're talking about it as a journey or as a trip. Next one we can look at is Kite. So where's Kite? Why didn't that work properly? Strange, this didn't come up first. Anyway, there's Kite. So Kite is to see. So we often say ka kite, to say goodbye, and that's the shortened version of how you say I will see you again. So Kite means to see. When we look at Kitenga, we're talking about seeing or a sighting or an observation. So in English, we might say something like, my observation of this is da 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 da. Whereas over here, when we're using it as a verb, I would say something like, I can see the house, in that sort of sense. And that's the difference between the two. Moe. Moe means to sleep. So, kite moe ia, he is sleeping. Yet when we add ng to the end of it, moenga, we come up with bed or a sleeping place. So moe is the action of sleeping. Moenga becomes a bed. Patu. So patu means to hit or to strike. Patunga is the victim. So patu, I hit someone. Patunga is a victim. He is a victim. That would be how we would use that in a sentence. One more. Won't keep going with these all night. Poro. So poro means to cut short, to trim off, abbreviate, shorten. We look up poronga, and we're talking about an amputation. So in the verb sense, we're talking about the action of cutting something. And then in the noun sentence, the derived noun, it's what that thing is, what it has become. It's kind of hard to explain almost, but it makes sense when you read it. So poronga is amputation, and you can see in the explanation here, or the use of it in a sentence, we're talking about after he had a stroke in 1993 and his legs were amputated. And that's the difference between the two. Cut versus someone, or an amputation. So that's it. That's just a real quick lesson tonight on derived nouns. Like I said at the start, it's by no means a hard, fast, detail, not hard and fast, but it's not a detailed look at all this. It is a hard and fast, quick look at it. There's plenty of exceptions to this. We could go into a lot more depth, but for a new language learner, this is a really good way that you can start to learn derived nouns and start to notice them in sentences you're writing, you're reading, you're hearing, and you're seeing. Till next time.